Ballerina is the latest installment in the world of John Wick, and the movie has done an excellent job of pushing the franchise in the right direction with a bold new protagonist to take the reins. Eve Maccaro may be the new face of John Wick, but she's certainly not the first deadly female assassin to appear in this franchise. While most of Wick's enemies have been male, some of his fiercest opponents and most valuable allies were not. While the film has been effectively labeled as the female John Wick, that's a fairly reductive characterization of a franchise with some ferocious female characters. Even before Ana de Armas' Eve Maccaro joined the picture, the series has made a concerted effort to include some deadly female assassins. Len Wiseman's explosive vision in Ballerina reinvents what it means to fight like a girl, and it delivers one of the John Wick franchise's deadliest assassins in the process. Yet, Eve is not the only woman highly skilled in combat in this world. Although unnamed, the violin assassin is one of the most memorable side characters from John Wick 2. She's among the many killers in New York City who take up the offer to eliminate John Wick after Santino D'Antonio put a bounty on the protagonist's head for murdering his sister. This kicks off the film's central conflict between John and Santino, and the violin assassin is the first real taste that John gets of the unstoppable force that's out to get him. Ultimately, John barely struggles to subdue the violin assassin. He breaks her arm quickly and snaps her neck, leaving her dead shortly after she manages to get a couple of shots on him. Though her methods of killing are memorable, she's ultimately not deadly enough to stand up to Wick for too long. Adrienne Palicki's antagonist from the original John Wick movie is a very interesting one, though not one who left much of an impact on the franchise as a whole. She's an employee of the Tarasov crime family, and she's the one responsible for eliminating Wick during his vendetta against Vigo and Yosef. Though she's involved in some of John Wick's most exciting fight sequences, Perkins doesn't have the combat strength necessary to bring Wick down. The Continental's rules are heavily enforced, but Perkins is among the very few characters who are directly killed as a consequence of breaking them. Perkins also lacks the intuition and opportunism that's necessary to stand up against John Wick's best villains. Her impatience leads her down a dangerous road of breaking the Continental's rules and trying to outrun the consequences, which is ultimately what gets her killed. The Continental's rules are heavily enforced, but Perkins is among the very few characters who are directly killed as a consequence of breaking them. Lena doesn't get too much screen time in Ballerina, but it's clear from her fierce combat strength that she's a force to be reckoned with. She's the one who leads the charge against Eve Maccaro in Prague, and her status as the Chancellor's right-hand woman clearly gives her some influence over the rest of the cult. This makes her a dangerous enemy, even if Ballerina doesn't quite let her shine. The revelation that Lena is actually Eve's sister comes as a major surprise in Ballerina's final act, and this twist is the saving grace that finally gives Lena the development and substance she deserves. The truth brings a whole new complexity to Lena's previous fight scenes, and it would be excellent to see her somehow return in Ballerina 2 in order to pay off this subplot. Ares was the right-hand woman of Santino D'Antonio in John Wick 2, and she arguably comes the closest of any John Wick villain to actually succeeding in her quest to bring down the elusive Baba Yaga. If she decided to break the rules and fight John at the Rome Continental, things could have gone very differently for this franchise. Ultimately, it was her hesitation and obedience to the Continental system that kept her from completing her mission there and then. Although John does eventually manage to kill Ares during their final showdown, it's far from an easy fight. She comes close to beating him on several occasions, and John's decision to kill Ares instead of leaving her alive proves that he recognized just how much of a threat she was. John knew that leaving Ares alive wasn't an option, proving that she's one of the strongest fighters he's faced off against. Halle Berry's guest appearance in John Wick 3 is one of the film's most exciting additions, so it's not surprising that the actress was given such a fierce, deadly character to work with.